Hello there, and welcome to the podcast. Thank you for jumping on and joining us. So today I have a lovely guest with me, Saf, but I'm going to have to introduce you with your full name because I have never heard a name so gorgeous in my whole life. So today we're joined by Saffron Hart.
Oh, thank you.
What a name!
I wonder what people were expecting when he said that.
Like Tallulah.
Yeah.
Like Shawada Wada. Oh, hi Saf.
Hi,
What a great
thank
name though.
Do you know what? When I was at school, I hated it. I think because it was so different.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be called like Emma or
Yeah.
Sarah or something. But as I've got older, I actually really like having quite a different name.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Well done to your mum.
I know. And when you ask her where she found it from, she's just like, I just heard somebody say it and I thought I liked it. There's no like story.
Yeah, but it's like even the whole lot though. The middle name, the last name,
Yeah.
like it's gorgeous.
It's nice, yeah.
It's lovely. Will you drop Hart when you get married?
Yeah. Yeah. I am the last Hart.
Oh, but you are determined to take.
Yeah. We did. I did try and put out there like, should we do a Hart Elliot? But there was just no chance of that. But no, I will be dropping it. Yeah.
Well, welcome, Saf.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me. So, are you ready to get into it?
Yeah, I'm excited.
So, I'm going to have to say it again. So, start with telling us a little bit about who is Saffron Hart.
Okay, so personally, I am a fiancée, a mummy to be. Originally from a little village on the outskirts of Hull, East Yorkshire, and then moved here 5 years ago now to be with my now fiancé Matt. And I guess professionally I'm the director of Miss Great Britain, which we're going to get into.
You are.
And also the co-owner of Nutrition Angel on Park Farm in Elstree.
Which we have already had the other co-owner on the pod, which was great. So, and actually, I think you did come up a couple of times in the pod, so it's quite nice to then get...
Yeah, I don't think I came up nicely though, did I? What did he call me? Yeah, you have to listen to that one if you've not heard it.
It was something pregnancy related, I think, maybe.
I think it was.
So you mentioned about Miss Great Britain.
Yeah.
So let's get into that bit. So it's like having royalty on the couch, actually. Because I have said that before when I've had someone on, I've been like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in the presence of royalty. But I feel like I really am in the presence of royalty. So you are the former Miss Great Britain 2017.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so won in 2017.
Tell us a bit about that. Like, take us back a bit. Where did the journey to that world start?
Do you know what? It was one of those things that I did, and when I did it the first time, I was like, it's just going to be a one-off thing that I can say to the grandkids. One time I competed in Miss Great Britain, and I honestly, genuinely thought that's what it was. So to go back a bit, my mum competed in pageants when she was younger. So she competed in the 80s. But it was very different then, which I'm sure we'll touch on. So she didn't really tell me and my sister about it. We knew she did it, and she did very well. She got to Miss Great Britain as well. But it was never sort of... She wasn't like living her dreams through us, so it wasn't really spoke about. I knew that she did modelling and stuff, and that was kind of it. And then I had friends that competed in pageants when I was like, maybe from the age of 18.
Yeah.
And they would compete in pageants, but I never had the confidence to do it. Yeah. So I would go and watch them, and I would love being there. But the thought of me doing it was almost like a joke. Yeah. Like, I just thought, if I ever applied for that, I would just be like laughed out. And I just loved going and watching my friends. It was like their thing.
Oh.
And then one of my friends got to the final of Miss Great Britain, and I went and watched her at the national final. And I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, like, at all. Yeah. I don't know what I thought it was, but I think I had a quite outdated vision of what this was going to be.
Yeah.
And I just thought, oh my God, like, I want to do this. And for someone that literally had no confidence whatsoever, I went home and sent an application form in. And I just thought, I'll never hear from them, but how cool to have sent an application form in. And then a few months later I did, and I won the title of Miss Hull.
Wow.
So I went and competed. That was in 2016, so that was my first year. Had no idea what to expect at all. And I think that first year, really, naively, I just turned up and acted in a way that I thought the judges wanted me to act.
Right.
So was like really thinking about what do they want, what have other Miss Great Britain's done.
Yeah.
Sort of like tried to mould myself into this perfect pageant person that would maybe do quite well. And didn't really think about what I wanted out of it, because it was just going to be a one-off thing that I was never going to do again.
Yeah.
And then I ended up coming 7th, and I loved it. And I then realised like what actually was that I'd become a part of. So when I decided I was going to go back the next year, I was like, I'm going back and I'm serious. Like, I know what I need to do now. I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I just had this vision that I wanted to go back the healthiest, most confident version of myself, which I'd never been before.
Yeah.
And that was what I set out to do. So worked with charities that I was really passionate about. I'd lost my dad a few years previously, and I just thought this has given me a platform to speak about head and neck cancer, because it wasn't spoke about. Like, literally got in the best shape of my life, but in the healthiest, most fun way. That's how I ended up doing what I do now.
Wow.
And then turned up at the finals, and just in like a confidence way of, not cocky or anything, but I just felt so good that I was like, whatever happens, I'm really happy.
Yeah.
But given the chance, I know I could do a really good job. And I guess the judges quite liked that, and I won.
Just like that.
So, yeah. Wow. But it was just, it was one of those moments where if you could bottle it up, it was just amazing.
So from just competing one time before and getting getting 7th in Miss Hull, you then went on and won Miss Great Britain in 2017.
Yeah, so I competed the first year, 2016, and then reapplied for the title of Miss Hull and got it for 2017.
Right.
And then that was the year
that you went.
That I won.
Oh my gosh.
And I was 27 at the time, so like quite old really for what a lot of pageant girls, when you think of when they get started.
Yeah.
Especially back then. Had no idea what I was entering into, but I just loved every minute of it.
So when you went back and you competed in 2017 and won, did you go back as your completely whole, newly improved but completely whole self?
I just felt,
rather than moulding like 100%. You did before. I
remember the year before going into the judges' interview, which I didn't even realise was a thing. Like, this is how naive I was. We got told that was going to happen, but you know, you just like,
yeah, but you like, what is all this? Know. Yeah.
And just remember speaking just like rubbish, like cliche lines that I imagine 90% of the other girls had said.
Yeah.
And just not really thinking about, well, what would I actually want to do, like if I won, or what have I really done to be the person for the role. So the next year when I went back, I just felt like the person I'd always wanted to be but never had the confidence to be. And I think, like I touched on losing my dad, it just made me think, like, why not?
Yeah.
And me and Matt was having this conversation the other day, and it wasn't like so I remember my sister saying to me about the week before, do you think you'll win? Which is like a really bolshy statement, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I just sort of said to her, like, well, I've worked really hard. If I get given the opportunity, I know I'll do a really good job.
Yeah.
And someone has to win. So, like, why not me?
Yeah.
And sort of the physical exterior of it wasn't even thought about. I was just having such a good time.
Wow.
And I felt amazing.
So you actually had a bit of belief in yourself as well. You were like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah, and I got really passionate that year about, I'd found personal development, I'd found The Secret, I loved all of that.
Yeah.
And I just thought, if I can't believe in myself, then who else is going to?
Oh, that's
so why
incredible.
not just do it? And it was really, like, quite bold when I think about it.
So bold.
But I just had such a strong... It was just the first time when I thought, yeah, I'm going to do something for me. Because I'd spent all those years watching my friends.
Yeah.
And I just thought, no, this year I'm going to do it for me.
And did they come and watch you?
Yeah.
I bet they couldn't believe it, could they?
I don't think anybody could believe it. Like, when it went out on Facebook, like it did, I think people was just like, this is the most random thing. Because it was just so against what I'd ever done before.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. Miss Great Britain 2017. Oh my God. on the pod couch. That's incredible.
I still think someone's going to come up and be like, yeah, you can give that back now. You've had a good run. Just pop it back now.
It's time to pass the baton.
Yeah.
So not only are you Miss Great Britain winner 2017, you've then gone on to become the national director of Miss Great Britain. of the whole brand. So can you share a little bit about the journey that then led to that side of things?
Yeah, so I think when I won, because I'd had this like journey, I spoke quite openly about it, because I just thought so many other young girls and women must have been feeling how I did and not realised that this even existed.
Yeah.
And as the girls was coming through, I would sort of share my story with them, and I would help them and just get them stage ready. And I kind of related to those that had never done it before and said, you know, just think about what do you want, and give sort of pointers and things like that. And during my year of reign, I got some amazing opportunities where I got to go on and debate against like Piers Morgan, and I loved having this voice and being able to talk about things I was really passionate about. And throughout my year, the director at the time, I guess, had seen me doing this. So when my year's reign had come to an end, they asked if I'd ever thought about coaching and mentoring new finalists coming through. And I was like, oh my God, well, I'd love to. And no one had ever done it before. So I ended up setting up a business and became the first ever coach and mentor for the future Miss Great Britain finalists.
Right.
And I started doing that, and I did that for a few years. And loved it, like really loved being able to get stuck into the girls' journeys, because I knew how they was feeling.
Yeah.
Worked with sort of the girls that then went on to win, which was amazing.
Yeah.
So I felt like I'd really found something that I was passionate about. And then at the end of 2021, the directors at the time, they had a business that really just, I guess, was one of those businesses that slipped through the net in lockdown, that didn't get the help and support that they should have done. And it just really, one of the things that they had to let go was Miss Great Britain, sadly. And they were amazing.
Yeah.
And we was on this Zoom call, sort of people that was helping out. Over the years, if I could help out and volunteer, like, I was just there.
Yeah.
So across the 2-day finals, I just loved being there. And they said that they was going to have to let it go. And I was just really, like, sad. So I just thought, this can't not be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
And then they asked if I'd ever thought about, would I ever take it on? And I was a bit like, well, no, I'd not really ever thought about it. I didn't even think that was going to ever be an option. And then suddenly it was. And I remember going back to Matt and sort of saying, I had this Zoom call today. And, you know, they just sort of dropped this in. I just thought, I'll just see where it lies. And he was like really supportive, and I remember saying, like, a couple of months had passed and I'd said, I'm still thinking about like what they said, and Matt was like, well, look into it. Like, why not look into it? And so we took over the end of 2021, and we was announced as national directors in the January 2022.
Wow.
So yeah, I think it was just you know, when sometimes in life you're working and you're working really, really hard, and you're maybe not seeing the rewards or the returns, or you're not bringing any money, you're literally volunteering your time. That's what I was doing for so many years around Miss Great Britain. And I guess now that was like my training ground for becoming a director, but just didn't know it at the time. So when the opportunity came up, I just thought, oh my God, I've got to do this.
This is where I want to be. Yeah. And they obviously saw in you the passion, the drive, the genuine love and interest for the brand, and thought, like they'd seen you for, you know, quite a few years, and thought, who better?
That's it. And I think they just thought it's going to be safe there.
Yeah.
Because there was people that, you know, obviously wanted to get involved, and maybe for the wrong reasons, because working with 70 beautiful women can be very appealing to different types of people.
Yeah.
But would it still be here now? Probably not. Whereas I think they knew that I very much wanted the best for the girls, just like they did.
Yeah, it was going to be safe for you. You were going to, you know, keep doing what's been going well, but driving it forward, putting your own stamp on, doing your own thing. They knew, didn't they? Yeah. It was in safe hands.
I had really no idea what to expect. Like, I thought I might knew what it might look like, but really I had no idea.
Wow.
But, it's been fun.
Oh my gosh, what an incredible, honestly, that's amazing. So can you share a little bit more about the Miss GB brand? So it goes back, way back.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like mid-90s, not like 1945.
Yeah.
So the mid-1900s. So can you just go back a little bit and tell us kind of like where it started and where it's at now?
Yeah, so this is our 80th year. So it started in 1945 and it was originally called the Bathing Beauty Queen. So it was a swimsuit contest, originated in Morecambe. And it was around about the time, around the wars when families maybe didn't have the funds to go on holiday abroad. So people were going to seaside resorts. And that's really where it originated from. And it was very much just on, you wore a swimsuit.
Yeah.
You paraded around the swimming pool and you got judged, but it was fun. It was lighthearted.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone could have imagined what it was then going to go on to be. And then it gained popularity in the 70s. It ended up on the TV for many years, had huge sponsors. And I guess that's maybe when, I think that's what people remember it for, sort of the 70s, the 80s, when it was on TV and you had the big sponsors and the big cash prizes and you watched the girl be crowned on the TV. But I guess it was very much still in the swimsuit, And then I guess it's just really, the one thing I think that I love about it is I'll never apologise for the eras and the times that it's been in, because it's always been relevant to the decades that it was in.
Yeah.
So whatever decade it was in, however it was playing out, that was relevant to then.
Yeah.
And I think you've also got to remember that the women taking part always chose to take part.
Yeah.
So, now it's obviously completely different.
Yeah.
We still have the judging element, but you're judged on way more than just the swimsuit's a very small part.
Yeah, but you're right. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was bringing people together, building a community,
that's it.
Bringing people to more. Like it was fun.
Yeah,
like it brought light in times where maybe they weren't.
Yeah, that's it, and that's really what it was created for in the beginning.
But it's obviously doing well. It does a lot right, but we're 80 years on.
Yeah,
this is a national institution.
Yeah. Like, not many companies can say they last 80 years.
80 years, and it's grown and evolved. So tell us a little bit about a modern day view now of Miss GB.
Yeah.
What is that like?
So I think, where do you even start? So the girls and the women that are competing, for one, we now have no upper age limit. So you can, 18 plus, you can compete at any age. We've had 83-year-old Margaret that competed with us the other year. Wow. Phenomenal. No restrictions on marital or parental status, which sounds sort of like, well, why would there be? But at one point there was.
Yeah, when things were different.
Yeah, that's it. So very much moved with that. And it's very much more about what the girl can bring. So beauty, but on the inside and out. More so on the inside, actually. So these girls are, they're mums, they're lawyers, they're doctors, they're students, they're whatever they are. They come from all different walks of life. But they just love being a part of something that's positive and empowering and I guess motivating for women. So they really work closely in their local communities with causes that they're passionate about. They raise a hell of a lot of charity. We raised over £100,000 just in 2024 for Cancer Research UK and Alex's Wish, which is a local Leicester charity. So the work that these girls are doing is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Very, very different to what it was back then.
Wow.
And they're building skills. That was one thing that, for me, really sort of gave me, and one thing that me and Matt have been really passionate about since taking over, that it's about helping the girls build skills that are transferable to all walks
Any
of life
walks
now.
of life, yeah. Not just in terms of empowerment and confidence, they're massive as well. But like you said, all the other skills that are going to come with that as well, that they can use in business, in any walks of life.
Yeah. Even just having that confidence to maybe go for the interview that you didn't think you would have a chance at.
Yeah.
You do something like this and you walk out and you think, why not me?
So it has massively evolved, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So for those who don't know much about Miss GB, when someone is crowned Miss Great Britain, what does that sort of year look like for them then after?
I think every Miss Great Britain that we crown, their year is completely different because we're very much led by them. So we always say to the girls, on the lead up to the final, this isn't about fame and fortune. If you're coming for that, you're in the wrong place. This is about you becoming the best version of yourself, and achieving things that you maybe didn't think you could achieve, and using the platform in a really positive way. You know, the term role model gets thrown around a lot, but it is about becoming a role model. And I think in today's times more than ever, we need that out there for young people to look up to. So the year looks very different. First of all, it depends on what they're passionate about. A lot of the girls, when they enter, they'll have what they'll call a platform, so it'll be something that they've got a genuine passion about. So Ava, our current Miss Great Britain, she has a platform called Be Boob Aware that she created, and hers is off the back of her mum, who had cancer when she was like 7 years old. She beat it, and it's all about the awareness around breast cancer and feeling your boobs. So she does lots of events with Be Boob Aware now. And then we also set the girls up with some like really cool opportunities that you just wouldn't get the chance to do. So they get to be a part of the London's New Year's Day parade, where they literally are paraded through the streets of London on New Year's Day in front of thousands and thousands and millions of people, because it's on TV as well, like on the back of a car, like old school waving.
That is
like
amazing.
It's just one of those amazing moments.
In their crowns,
in their crowns, in their sashes.
Oh my gosh.
Photo shoots. Like, we've got an incredible who was actually one of our Miss Great Britain. She's now one of our sponsors. She's a photographer. International shoots, those type of things. There's all sorts that they can do. It's really up to them.
Yeah.
But we also always have the conversation of, if you win, and the whole thing was that you just wanted to win, and that meant more to you than anything, and you now just want to not take it easy, because I always want the girls to be out there, because I think this year's going to go super fast, so do not waste it.
Yeah.
But, you know, especially in the Ms and the Classic division, they are mums, they've got jobs, they've maybe not got the flexibility of like a 19-year-old Ava. It's their year to do what they want to do with as well.
Yeah.
And they still won it. It's still, you know, for them to decide what they want to do. But yeah, there's some amazing opportunities that come with it.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow, how exciting.
Yeah.
Now, again, similar sort of question. So for those of us that don't know much about it, now thinking about you, how much work goes into these yearly competitions for the national director?
So I guess in the first definite 2 years when we first took it on, it was like 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. sat at the laptop, constant getting the work done.
Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff needed sort of refining. We wanted to put our mark on stuff. I had to get my head around a lot of things. It was like building this company from scratch, but with the pressures of a 75-year-old company on your shoulders that you really wanted to do well with. So in the first few years, I guess laying the foundations for how we knew we wanted it to be, it was a 24/7 thing for sure. And then what we decided to do was we wanted to introduce the regionals back, so that when we took it over, because we'd just come out of COVID and stuff, to be able to get to the national final, you applied online. We would then look at the girls that had applied in that area, and through certain processes, one girl would be selected and they would go to the national final. But that obviously only gives the opportunity to so many girls. So one thing we really wanted to do was bring the regionals back around the country. So you could apply in a live regional final in your local area, and then the winner would come to the national final.
Right.
So that was something that we set up. So like year one, we brought in 5. So we had 5 little areas where we did it. Year 2, I think we had 15, and now we're about 31, 32. So having an amazing regional director team with us now really takes the load a little bit as well, but has just allowed more women this opportunity to be a part of something amazing. It's not capped anymore. Like as many women as possible can compete.
Wow.
So yeah, it does take a lot of time.
Yeah.
But it's something that I'm passionate about. I wouldn't want to delegate that out to anybody because I know what we can build and where it's going right now.
And it's kind of like it's your baby, so you want to be involved and make sure it's all running well. And how many applicants would you get for the
so we get about, I think last year we received like just short of 3,000 applications, and this year I think when I was like on looking at the back office the other day, we've already received like over 2,800, and obviously we're in June, so
Wow.
it is getting bigger and bigger every year.
So there's
but
a
I
lot
think
of
that's
interest.
also the fact that we've got the regionals that more women can now apply.
Yeah, it's a bit more accessible.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. And then obviously when you're running up towards regional finals and the main competition, it just ramps up.
Yeah, but do you know what? That's my favourite bit.
Yeah.
I am a workaholic, Matt's the same, and I love it.
Yeah.
But I love those manic, I mean, I don't know what it'll be like this year with the baby. I might not love it so much, but normally that last month before the final, when everything's sort of coming together, that's the bit when I'm like, this is what I love about it. It's
high
exciting.
pressured,
the girls are
exciting.
excited. Yeah, you can. There's a good atmosphere.
Yeah. Oh wow, God, that's amazing. So when is it? When are the finals?
So the regionals start on the 1st of June, so not long to go. And the national final is the 17th of October this year.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, so coming round.
Yeah, it's coming around really fast.
And you've got a little bit of other stuff going on before now and then, so it's going to come around even faster.
I'm doing like the timings and the scheduling for the national final now, which I've never done at this point of the year before. But
getting ahead of the game.
Trying to.
So thinking about that high pressure job, the juggling, the balance, the stress, like how do you cope with running that plus running your other businesses? Like how do you manage it all? How do you cope with juggling so much?
I think one, when you work for yourself, there is no other option.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think like, set up your own company, you'll have all the time in the world and it'll be lovely. It's the total
it doesn't
opposite.
quite work like that.
But I think when you're doing, like, the two companies that we have are passions, it's totally different, isn't it? So yes, there's probably days like everybody where you think, oh, I just don't ever come be bothered today, but not many.
Yeah.
And I think the reward and the payout, like, not financially, but just seeing the differences you're making, make it all worthwhile.
Yeah.
And you just do, don't you? I think, like people say, if you want a job to be done, give it to a busy person.
Yeah.
So you just do get it done.
Yeah. And because it's yours, it gives you that drive and motivation to want to do it because you want it to be the best it can be.
Yeah.
Oh, so what do you love most about your work with Miss GB? What's the most rewarding, or the thing that you really value the most about it?
I think I love the regionals. Like, normally throughout the summer I tour the country and go to the regionals, and I always have that moment of, this is what I do it for.
Yeah.
Like, I do love that, and like I said, I do love the run up to the final. But I think my favourite thing more than anything is when and especially now, because, you know, we've been doing it, this will be our 4th year, and we have some girls that have competed with us for those 4 years. And you know, we've got one girl, for example, who, when she first competed with us, very timid, very shy, very much like I was in my first year, almost moulding herself to be what she thought everybody else wanted her to be.
Yeah.
To seeing her now is totally different. Like, she's now the person that everybody else believes she could be, but finally she believes that she can be that person too. And I think when you see somebody that's been on that journey and hasn't won, but still comes back each year, you know, applies for her place and is successful each year, with a smile on her face, the biggest support for everybody else. And one year she will get her moment, whether it's at Miss Great Britain or some other area in life.
Yeah.
When you see that journey of someone, I just always think, yeah, that's what we do this for.
Yeah, but isn't that great, like resilience building and confidence building, that she is still keep coming back, taking the feedback, doing more work and keep coming back? Like, that shows real
that's it. I think it's the
resilience.
people that come that's coming for more than just the title.
Yeah.
I always say, like, if you're just coming to win, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Like, somebody's going to win.
Yeah.
But if that's the only reason you're coming, you're missing out on 99% of all the amazing stuff we can offer you.
Yeah, because actually, like what you've shared with us and the bit of a you know, the bit of insight that we've had, it is more about what's going on in the inside, someone's passion, someone's drive, what they want to do for good.
Yeah.
And I think that shines through. And if you've not got that, I think it probably is, I think you could notice that.
Definitely, yeah. So I think that's that's always that moment when I think, oh, this is what I do that for.
Yeah.
You know, because
wow.
everybody has tough days, like you do in all companies.
Yeah.
But it's those type of stories and those people that you think, yeah, it's not about me.
Yeah.
It's not about the whatever's going on.
Yeah.
It's about people
It's
like
bigger
that.
than that.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So your next chapter, Saf, is quite an exciting one. So tell us more about what 2025 or the rest of 2025 has got in store for you then.
Do you know what? This year just feels like one of those years where things are just like, it's what I've always wanted.
Oh.
It really does. Like, we had a really tough end to 2024. We lost my granny and she was like the queen of the family, and it was a real shock. And so we had that, and it was around about the same time that I found out I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And being pregnant has just been that sort of light in a time that would have been really hard and dark.
Yeah.
So baby's coming in less than 4 weeks. So we're about to become parents. We're getting married this year. And it's my mum's 60th. There's just some really amazing things going on this year,
Wow.
which I think, touch wood, is going to be one of them years we look back on and just go,
And remember
how
forever.
amazing was that?
A landmark year.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get much bigger than that.
No.
Baby, wedding.
Yeah, just do it all at once.
Other than moving house, like that's the three, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
wow. So really exciting year.
Yeah, really exciting.
Yeah.
Really exciting.
And I can't believe we're heading towards the end of May.
I know.
Your pregnancy, I think, has gone really quick.
I think it has.
Do you feel like it has?
I feel like it's flown by. I mean, for the first few months, I definitely kept thinking, oh, we've got like 9 months to go. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, we're now at like 6.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know whether it was the time of year, because it was like October, we had the final, then you're sort of on the run up to Christmas, aren't you? And then it was the new year.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's been the time of year, but I feel like it has flown by.
It really has gone quick.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the fastest pregnancies I've ever known. Did you enjoy your baby shower at the weekend?
Oh yeah, it was so nice.
Oh, God, it looked gorgeous.
I'm not a fan of baby showers.
Yeah.
So I'd said to my mum and everyone, do not do me a baby shower, like I do not want one.
Yeah.
But the girls at Nutrition Angel, they did me like an afternoon tea on the Friday, which was so lovely.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday we went up north to my family and they'd done me a baby shower, and it was perfect actually because the weather was amazing.
Yes.
We just got to all sit in the garden. It's just all about being together, isn't
Yeah.
it? So no, it was nice.
So it was actually really special.
I actually
So
enjoyed
even
it.
though they didn't listen to you and they went against everything that you said, it actually worked out well.
Yeah. No, it was lovely. It was really nice.
So we've probably actually just covered it, but thinking about the good, the bad and the ugly then, I asked people what's happened recently that might fall into any of those categories.
Yeah.
And we've talked about so much good
I
stuff, but
know.
what would you say?
I think I have to I'm going to stick with the good, which obviously is 2025 as a whole, I guess, and everything that's happened and coming up, because I just think, it is a special year.
Yeah.
And
so special.
yeah, lots of exciting plans.
Yeah.
And I do feel like the second half is going to be much crazier, but it's obviously everything that we've been working up towards. So
Yeah.
it's got to be that.
Yeah, amazing. Will you take maternity leave as such as we would know it, or is just that not really going to be a thing?
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, I think even if I wanted to, the thought of spending a year not working is just the worst thing in the world for me.
For you.
I couldn't do it.
Because like you said, you're a workaholic.
Yeah, and I really enjoy what I do. So, will I take maternity? I guess, well, I don't know. Obviously, I'll probably have 6 to 8 weeks off from not being in the club because I'm having a C-section. So, kind of that's been chosen for me.
Yeah.
But then I guess I'm lucky that in terms of GB, I can do bits from home.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just finding this new way of working.
Yeah.
So will it be a maternity? No. But how lucky am I that I get to do what I do around a baby, where I don't actually have to choose between continuing with a career and business or being a mum.
Because you've got that flexibility.
Yeah. So, my maternity will probably be the 2 nights in hospital.
And then straight back to it.
So, we're just going to play it by ear. But I feel lucky that I get to do that.
Yeah, that's great. You'll make it work. You'll,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
you'll make it work.
He'll be fine. He's got his little nutrition aidle jumper at the ready,
Has
so
he?
he'll be in there.
He'll be joining us in the
He'll be
club.
joining the team.
The club will get even bigger because everyone's going to want to come to
That's
see
it. So I'll
this
probably
famous
get time
baby.
when I'm in the club.
Yeah.
Because everyone will be like, oh, we're going to
Yeah, you're like, yeah, that's fine. I'll be back in an
Yeah.
hour. And then, Saf, ask me anything then. So this is where we flip and reverse things,
Okay.
and you get to ask me anything.
Let me... Okay. So, obviously we've spoke about what Miss Great Britain is now. And the girls having a voice and a platform. So let's say you decided that you wanted to enter. What would your voice, your platform be?
Oh my God, it's a great question. The thing that made me laugh is me entering. I can just see
This could be your entry.
I can see Matt's face when he's listening to this as well, like, you know. So I suppose my platform and my voice would be, so I'm passionate about mental health. So it'd be about awareness.
Yeah.
Fundraising is even better, but it'd be about raising awareness about mental health and well-being,
Yeah.
and weaving and linking that in somehow, and that would be my platform.
I love it. And then you would wear a crown.
Do you think I should go for it?
I think you should go for it. How cool would that be? We've got
my
club members
God.
coming this year. Let's not tell anyone. And
I
out
just-
comes you. And then I'll interview you.
That would be so funny. Could you imagine? Oh my God. No, I'm like your younger self. I couldn't. But watch this face. The real podcast has come to Miss GP.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Saf. It's been an absolute
Oh, no,
pleasure.
thank you. It's been
and
good fun.
all the best with, obviously, the next few weeks.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's going to be a
you.
whirlwind, but it's going to be amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you.